Okay, yes. Yeah, you should be able to see. Okay, somebody type into the chat. All right, you are revising history because today got the history exam. All right, fine, Larissa. Thank you for explaining to me. All right, so thank you, Saron. Thank you, Danish. Thank you, Harini, for submitting your homework for worksheet 38. All right, the rest of you, I really hope you have valid reasons. All right, so let's move on. So in order to do the first MCQ question, you all have to know the heart. Do you all know how many chambers does a heart have? Can you type into the chat? One heart has how many chambers? Right, one heart got how many parts? Okay, good job, Harini. Good job, Larissa. So 4 parts. All right. So if you take a look here, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is how the blood will flow. So the blood from the top part of your body will flow this way. The blood from the bottom part of your body will flow this way. They all go to the chamber number 1. All right. So blue color means carbon dioxide rich blood. All right. Blood that is richer in carbon dioxide. Red color means blood that's richer in oxygen. Okay. So the blood from chamber number 1 will go to chamber number 2. And then after that, it will go to the lungs. All right, you go to the lungs. And then from the lungs, you go to 3 and then 4. From 4, right, you will be going to all the parts of the body. Right, so let me write here. So the blue color, okay, means blood that is richer in carbon dioxide. I'll just write CO2, all right? Then the red one, all right, symbolize the blood richer in oxygen gas. Okay, I write O2. All right. So this is with respect from, let's say you are a doctor. Let's say you are doing an operation on someone. This will be how you look at, you open up the heart of a body. You open up that means you cut open the body of your patient, and this is what you will see. All right, so imagine your patient is lying on the operation table. So you open up the body, the person is still alive, and then you open up, you're doing some heart operation. And then you will see the heart will have 4 chambers, number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. So the blood will flow from number 1 to number 2, and then to the lungs. And then from the lungs, it will come back to the heart, number 3 to number 4. And from number 4, it will flow to the rest of the body. All right, so it will be this way, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, so we will say this is the right side of the heart, although it looks like, how come this one looks like left-hand side? This is right-hand side, but because you're looking at the patient, all right, lying on the table, all right, so here is actually the right side of the heart. This is the left side of the heart. So I'm not sure, can you all let me know whether your school has exposed you to whether your school has exposed you to the words of atrium and ventricle? Can you type yes or no? Have your teachers taught you atrium and ventricle? Yes or no? Type into the chat. Okay, most of you know. All right, but anyway, if you're going to take set 3, set 4 biology, then you need to know the words. All right, so it's basically right atrium. Remember, chamber number 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, right atrium, right ventricle, left atrium, left ventricle. All right, for set 1, set 2, you don't need to learn these words. This is just exposed to you. You just need to learn number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. All right. Then this question says that you have this blood circulatory system. So I'm going to label here this way. I will use blue color. So this is number 1. This is number 2. All right, blue color means, can y'all type into the chat, what does blue color mean? All right, this part is all blue in color. All right. Okay, good job, Larissa. So the blue color will mean blood that is richer in carbon dioxide. All right, richer, there's more carbon dioxide. Red color, right? So it will go to number 3. And then number 4. All right, and then basically from the lung, go back. From the lungs, it will go to the number 3. Number 3 go to number 4. And the number 4 will pump to the rest of the body. Okay, so the red one, okay, will mean blood that is richer. Use the word, comparing word richer in which gas? In this case, it's oxygen gas. All right. So, or you can use the word oxygenated blood, deoxygenated blood. So this is your deoxygenated blood. Then here will be the oxygenated blood. That means there's a lot of oxygen in the blood, so oxygenated blood. Okay, so this is how, follow my laser pointer. So this is the rest of the body. Liver, gut, every part of your body will produce a lot of carbon dioxide gas. So the carbon dioxide gas produced, all right, will follow the blood, will be transported in the blood to the chamber number 1, like room 1, chamber number 1. And then from chamber number 1, you go to chamber number 2 of the heart. Then after that, this is the number 2, which is the right ventricle. This is the right ventricle, will then pump the blood to the lungs. This is the lungs. All right, so everything here is still blood richer in carbon dioxide gas. Now at the lungs, there's gas exchange. All right, at the lungs is where, you know, you breathe. At the lungs is gas exchange where carbon dioxide will leave the blood and oxygen be taken into the blood. So after gas exchange, where carbon dioxide leave and oxygen enter the blood, then there'll be a lot more oxygen. So this is the oxygenated blood, blood richer in oxygen. So from the lungs, you go to chamber number 3. From number 3 of the heart, we'll go to number 4 of the heart. And finally, number 4 of the heart is the most powerful, most important function. It will pump blood to the rest of the body. So number 4 is a very important. It will pump blood to the rest of your body. All right. So once you know this, right, descending blood pressure. So your descending blood pressure for this one, let me take a look at the Excel file. Hi, Kiran. Okay, so a lot of you got this wrong. Okay, so let me show you this slide. So here, this is the heart, this is the lung, this is the rest of the body. All right, so let me write it here. This is the rest of the body, all the body parts. Then this is the heart. So you have heart number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. So the heart has 4 parts, 4 chambers. One heart has 4 chambers. Then this is the lungs. Okay. So once you know this, then the blood pressure, right, from here, number 4, it will flow at the highest pressure. That's why left ventricle is a very important pump. It has to have thicker walls. So the wall here will be very thick. So let me maybe draw the wall using red then. So here the wall will be extra thick. All right, so thicker wall. Where else the left ventricle will be thinner wall. Okay, but I will not use red lah. Okay, but I should use blue. So this part, the left ventricle has the thicker wall compared to the right ventricle. So this number 4 has thicker wall than number 2 because number 4 has to pump blood to every part of the body, to the rest of the body. So the highest pressure, the pressure is 120. So very high blood pressure. 120, it goes to the rest of the body. Of course, 120, the pressure will go down to 85. If you as you travel longer and longer, the pressure will go down. Then go down to 35. So you see the number go down. 120, the number go down to 85. The number go down to 35. Number go down to 15. All right, and then it's going from the rest of the body is going back to the heart, number 1, number 2. So from 15, it becomes 4. All right, 4. Then from here, all right, because right ventricle is a pump, it will bring up the pressure from 4 to 25. All right, so basically the bottom part is a pump that will bring up the pressure. So right ventricle bring up from the pressure from 4 to 25. The left ventricle bring up the pressure from 8 to 120. All right, so basically the right ventricle is a pump, the left ventricle is also a pump. Right, but the left ventricle has thicker wall. Right, so if you look at the number 120, 120 go down to 85, 85 go down to 35, 35 go down to 15, 15 go down to 4. All right, and then after from number 1 to number 2 is a pump, so 4 will go up to 25, then 25 go down to 8. All right, 8 will go to number 3 and number 4, and number 4 is a pump again. Flows from the pump will bring up the pressure from 8 to 120. All right, so once you know this, right? All right, so always remember the left ventricle has the thicker wall, the right ventricle has thinner wall. So maybe I will use a blue color to show the thinner wall. All right, so it has a thinner wall. Right, but both of them are in charge of pumping. So it will bring up the pressure. Okay, so it will increase the pressure of the blood. Right, increase the blood pressure. All right, you're supposed to increase the blood pressure. So right ventricle is a pump, left ventricle is a pump. Both will increase the blood pressure. Right, for instance, after going through the right ventricle, you'll go up to 25. Then the left ventricle, instead of 8, you'll go all the way to 120. All right, so the left ventricle is the most powerful one. It is really very powerful. It has the thicker wall compared to the right ventricle. So here, thicker wall, here, thinner wall. Right, but both are pumps that will increase the blood pressure. Now, once you know this, then therefore the answer, can everybody type into the answer, decreasing blood pressure. So what is the answer for this? All right, that means which one has the highest blood pressure than to the lowest blood pressure? So here will be the highest, all right, pressure. And then go to the lowest pressure. Can everybody type into the chat, what's your answer, A, B, C, or D? They want descending blood pressure. It means highest pressure go to lowest pressure. Okay, well done, Harini. Okay, can I see now which one is the highest? Which blood pressure is the highest? It has to go from the one that is pumped out from number 4. All right, number 4, after passing through number 4, which is the left ventricle, all right, the left bottom part. Okay, the left bottom of the part has the thickest wall. So it will, after passing number 4, it has the highest pressure. That means S has the highest pressure. All right, S has the highest pressure. That means from number 4, you know the way the blood flow is number 1 to number 2, go to the lungs. And then from the lungs, go back to number 3, number 4, and then go back to the rest of the body. So when it goes to the rest of the body, this is the highest pressure. So highest pressure is S, all right, followed by P, all right, followed by Q, followed by R. All right, so in this sequence, so the answer should be D. Okay, so this one is the highest pressure. All right, highest pressure in the blood. So just remember, from number 4, all right, blood pump out by the left ventricle. All right, left ventricle is the left bottom of the heart. This is the left bottom part. All right, which is number 4. It will be, is the highest pressure. Then after that, pressure will just go gradually downwards. So is everybody clear? All right, so the blood, if you follow my laser pointer, blood goes from number 1 to number 2, and then go to the lungs for gas exchange. From lungs, go to number 3, and then go to number 4. Number 4, right, is the most powerful pump. Number 4 will pump the blood at the highest pressure. 120 is a very big number. So the blood here will be highest. All right, so the blood that's coming up from the left bottom of the heart is at the highest pressure. So I'm talking about number 4. All right, this part here. Left ventricle here means number 4. Right, the heart got 4 chambers. So let me just write here. Heart has 4 chambers. Right, that means 4 parts, 4 rooms. Okay, has 4 parts. All right, which I label 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, in this sequence. So blood will go from number 1 to number 2, go to the lung. From the lung, come back to the heart, number 3, number 4. And number 4 will pump the blood to the rest of the body. Okay, is everybody clear? Number 4 is the most powerful pump. So any blood that comes out from number 4, it will be at the highest pressure. So 120